Hello, hello, hello. It's Tina from CNC Designs. How are you? How are you? How are you? As you come in, please stop and say hello. Let me see if I can pull us up on screen. Happy Saturday. I hope you all are doing well. If you guys hear some noise, my terrace door is open because it's hot in here, y'all. Let me see if I can find us. You all are doing well. Okay, I think I have us pulled up. Okay, let me just see if I can see comments. I think we're set. Hi, Miss Patterson. How are you, my friend? How are you? Happy Saturday. So tonight we're going to be making another piece to go with my home decor and the things that I've been doing preparing for Christmas. Let me give you guys some sneak peeks at some things that I made. Check out this awesome velvet tree. It's gonna look so good in my decor this year. I just love this color blue and that little pop of those red berries. This actually is a perfume topper. It was on a bottle of perfume that I finished using, and I thought the top was so cute. Just stuck it on top of my tree. I'm doing good, Miss Patterson, and you? Okay, so tonight we're gonna be working on another one of these snow globe type surfaces, and I painted the front and the back. And we are still with our tartan theme because these are all my pieces. Thank you for those hearts. Thank you. And we're going to be working with this beautiful Magnolia stencil tonight. It is one of the newer ones in our line. It is called In Him Was Life, and it's an 8.5 by 11. So I'm excited to be able to use that tonight. But we're going to get started by first putting down a piece of our tartan printable. And if you know me, you know I'm going to do glue stick. Before I go anywhere else, I'm going to try the glue stick first. So let's see if we can get that working. Hopefully it will stick with the glue stick. If not, then we can use a little bit of, I guess, Mod Podge, even though I really don't like using Mod Podge. It's messy. You hear some noise, that's my terrace door open, or my daughter talking. It's hot in here. Hello Dana, how are you? Thank you for joining us. So I'm just putting that down on the bottom part of the snow globe. This snow globe is a little more oblong as opposed to round. And I'm gonna try and remove this excess. I'm gonna put some slits here because it has these V type indentations, so that'll make it easier for me to try to sand off. Hello Linda, how are you, friend? Linda, I sent you a message. I don't know if you saw it. Please send me your address. I want to send you a Christmas card. So please, if you don't mind, send me your address. So as I stated, we are making some more tartan Christmas decor for my Ralph Lauren-esque inspired Christmas this year. This is my children's idea, so I'm running with it, and I'm trying to make ornaments where I feel like I may need some more to fill in the gap. The colors are traditional reds, greens, blues, and I do have ornaments like that, But if you know me, you know I like oversized ornaments in my tree. I like all kinds of different ornaments in my tree. So I'm making some things to go along with what we already have. So we've just put this piece down on the bottom, and those are the colors of our tree this year. Let's see if I can get some of this off this edge here. It's a little tough getting in that corner over there, but that's what we have. I'm great, thank you. Yes, please send me your address. Now I'm gonna put, I don't have any gold ribbon or anything like that, but I'm just taking a piece of twine and I'm hoping that if I paint it gold, it will work for me. So let's lay our stencil down first and then we'll go forward with that. Hi, Miss Mays, how are you? This is a new stencil, so I am using it for the first time. I just love it. I love all the detail in it. And it says, "In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind." This is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm hoping that I can fit it all up here and not necessarily go past my paper. We'll see. Let me get out my fuzz cloth. Let's fuzz it a couple of times because it is a new stencil and I don't want to pull up my paint. Let's see if we can get it to fit all up here. I think it's gonna, no, okay, I might have spoke too soon. I'm gonna cut off a little bit of our palm tree, but I think that's okay. I don't want my words to come down onto the paper because I'm thinking I might want to put a bow or something down there. Yeah, this stencil is beautiful. I love it. I love all of Magnolia's faith-based stencils. Of which this month, well, this right now, I'm featured in their catalog. I created a church faith-based stencil that has 2 texts that go with it. I'm gonna probably make another project with it soon and definitely probably do it live so you all can see that. I'm just looking to see what I'm not catching here. I'm gonna cut off my W if I move over that far. 1 second. Okay. I think we're good. And we're gonna put this down with some almond latte paste. I can find a squeegee in all of this. I don't want to mess with my Teflon. Okay, here we go. And let's see if we can find a stir stick. I'm running out of paste. I gotta buy me some more. But hopefully we got enough in here to complete this tonight. Because I'm scraping the bottom, literally, of this. And we're not going to get all of that little, what looks like to me a palm tree, but that's okay. So how is everybody doing? Anybody doing these things special today or this week? You guys started Christmas shopping yet? My Christmas list is going to be real small this year. My kids are big, and I finally accepted that, and I'm like, I'm not spending a lot of money for Christmas. I say that every year, and then I always buy them a whole bunch of stuff that they really don't necessarily need, but I just think is good for them or nice for them. But I'm literally running out of choices at this point, because they do really have everything. And when they get older, it's harder to buy for them. You know, people have their own taste, so I don't dare try to buy clothes or anything like that for my kids. But I just don't like giving money. I just feel like, even if I give you some money, it's got to be at least one gift under the tree. You guys feel like that? Okay, so let's see if we've gotten enough. Looks like I got everything covered. This is gonna be nice. Let me get this ready by spraying some water down here. So I can put the stencil face down in some water. I think I want a little bit more on his robe there. I think my paste was a little thin because I did try to put some water in here to make sure it would stretch. And I think right in that spot, that paste was a little thin. Okay. Let me try and clean this off so I don't get paste everywhere. I love it. Let's spray some more here so that I can begin soaking. Are you preparing to move? Are you moving to another state or just to another apartment or a house where you already are located? Moving is a beast. I can't even imagine if I had to move. Oh, girl. I probably need to just close the door and just take only my clothes. Because, oh my goodness. With all the crap that I have, I can't even imagine. I'm going to show you guys this. Yeah, it might be easier for me to just start over from scratch. Now, you know this is a little squarish for me, so I'm going to probably do some splatters or something around here to fill in those edges. But I really, really love this stencil. So let me show you what we've got so far. I really, really like that. And back, I did paint it on both sides, so we could actually put something on the other side as well. I'll think on that. And I pulled out this stencil because it has like the brick, and I was thinking that I probably could try and take some paste if I had enough and extend that brick look over a little bit. I'm gonna try it. Typically when I use these type of acetate stencils, I usually use the joint compound mixed with paint, but I'm gonna try it with straight paste and see what happens. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna like this. It's all right. I'm not in love, but I figured by the time we put out splatters and everything, same city, okay. Yeah, decluttering sometimes, girl, I can only imagine. And you're a crafter too, so I can just about imagine what you moving. So that's what it looks like when I try to extend those bricks. I'm not a fan, so I don't think I'm gonna do that around both sides. It's just not moving me. But I'm gonna leave that. Just try to dry that up some. Now, I want to go back and look at this little piece of rope that I have here. I want to see if I can try and paint it with our gold paint. And I'm wondering if I should use a brush or I didn't bring any of my little sponge brushes over here, so it's gonna have to be a brush. Let me try to do it on a paper towel. Is this gonna be long enough? Just about. But I really don't want it to look like jute, so I'm trying to give it some gold color to make it look more like a piece of gold twine or something that I put on here. So I'm thinking maybe this paint and some rubbing buff will do it. Not looking too goldish to me. Let's get a little bit more paint and then we'll pull out the rubbing buff. This paint is globbed up. Let me see if I pounce rather than brush, if it'll get a better lay. Still looking a little brown. I probably should have done it white first and then try to do it brown. Well, on camera it's looking a little more gold. Let's see if we can dry that a little bit. And then let's try and put some rubbing buff on there. And I got these little stars. I don't know if I'm gonna use them. Actually, I like the wooden ones better. Okay. Now let's see what it does with some rub and buff. Because the gold in our decor is not that bright gold, more like a almost a brassy kind of gold, and that's the look that I'm going for here. And sometimes I'd rather use rub and buff with my finger because I feel like I get a better application with my finger, even though it smells and sometimes it is a little hard to get off. Let's see. I did all of that and I might not even like it, y'all. We're gonna see. I just want to have something that's like a visual break between this paper and the piece. I don't want it to look so much like paper, even though it is, you know, it's a printable, but it's still paper. I see I got rub and buff on my paper already, so we have to put this rope down now. Got a little bit, put some more glue over here. There we go. And I definitely want to do a little, yeah. We're gonna put a little bit of rub and buff. Try to do it just on these edges, not too much, but just to kind of pull it all together. Just to bring that hints of gold down there. So now it's tying it nicely. Let's put this back over here. Now, I definitely need to do something on these edges. Too much blue for me. First, I'm gonna see if any of these, if I feel like we need any more stars. I don't want this to look like an Americana piece, so I don't know. We'll see about that. Let's take some of our paint. Couple of spritz. Hi Lena, how are you? Of our water. Let's get this fan brush. Okay, let's see. Let me see over here. Get some splatters working. I'm trying to cover up all of that blue so that it doesn't look like it's just a big empty spot where the stencil actually stops. And I'm just gonna put a little bit in here so it doesn't look like we only apply it there on the edges. I like that. That looks much better. Doesn't look so empty. Now it's looking like it's all starting to fill in, which I love. Oh my goodness, it's hot, y'all. Thank you for those hearts. Ooh, child, is hot in here. I'm having one of my private summers. Oh my goodness. This heat tool is not helping. All right, y'all, give me 1 second. Let me get my stamp pads. Okay, 1 second. Be right there, y'all. Okay. Yeah, those splatters make it look so much better. Now, I want to see... Oh, you know what, guys? I could have put this... too late. I want to see if I have a gold stamp pad. Because I would like to try and bring a little bit on the edges. If not, then we'll go with a blue. You know we got a blue here. I think this is gold. Is this gold? No, this looks more like a copper. And it doesn't say what color it is. Let me see. It's more gold. Let's see if we can get some of that on the edges. Hi, Carol T. How are you? Thank you for watching. Okay. So now let's see. Let me try this over here so that way I can see what I'm gonna get, if anything. It's really not showing up too much. It's just giving it like a faint edging, but that might work. It's not a bright gold. It's real subdued, but it actually is working because it's defining those edges. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Where is my... Let's see if I can just get some hints of blue here mixed in with that little bit of gold that we have down there. Yeah, now it's toning it down a little bit because I really want the focal point to be the stencil. What do you guys think so far? I'm liking this. I thought about putting a little bit of diamond dust on there, but quite honestly, I can't really figure out how to get it on without it being obvious. Like, I don't want to put glue down and you see just like globs of diamond dust. I don't know. I have to think about that one. Or if it's even really needed, to be honest. Let's look at what we're going to use for a ribbon now. Because I want to put a bow rather down here. And you know we've got to use our tartan ribbon because that's what it's all about. Thank you, Miss Patterson. And I've got this really pretty green velvet. And then we got these 7/8 ribbons in blue and green velvet as well. Those will just be like little small accent pieces in the bow. Not sure if I'm going to use this green. And just stick rather with the tartan. I do have also this really pretty lace, and I was thinking about doing something to try to put that also around this neck, if you will, of the snow globe. But I don't know if that is necessary either, because it's a really pretty piece of lace, and I'm not sure you're gonna really see how beautiful it is if I apply it that way. So we might save that for something else where it can be real visible. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of lace. We could do something like this. Nah, I don't like that either. Let's just stick to a tartan bow. I tend to make my tails a little bit longer because I'm not sure exactly how I want this bow to look on this piece. I do realize that it is the bottom, so of course we don't want it too big. But if it's gonna be there, it needs to be there, right? Let me make that just a tad bit bigger. I don't have a bow dapper here, so I'm gonna have to use my fingers tonight. Y'all cross your fingers and hope we can get this together and it don't all fall apart in the middle of mine. I didn't bring a bigger blue. Let's see what it's gonna look like with maybe just one loop of this green. Definitely have to be in the back though, because it is bigger than this ribbon. Do I want to do 2 loops? Let's see. Let's cut off here. And let's pray that I keep holding this. Now I have just this one piece of gold satin left. And I'm just gonna lay that right in the middle. And what I tend to do with these, when I do these 1 loops, I just make one tail longer than the other. It just gives the eye a better flow than trying to make the 2 of them match, because it's not enough to make 2 loops. So, and if you make 2 loops, they're gonna be really small loops. So it's better to just do 1 and give the eye the illusion of there's a gold ribbon in there the same way you weave the others when it really isn't. Gotta turn this way. I think I need to make those green loops a little smaller. And this is all eyeball, guys, so these, I'm not measuring them, so one loop might be bigger than the other one on this other side, but it's gonna all come together. Now I need to definitely tie this before this pops out of my fingers. I can feel like I'm losing my grip already. You know what, let's just go this way. This is why I like the Bodabra. Hi Kelly, how are you? Thank you for watching. Let's see. Okay. Now we'll deal with those tails in a minute. Let's get these pins back in here. And where's, oh, here it is. Now, I love these velvet ribbons. I love the way this blue especially looks. And it is, I want to get it to lay on top of this gold so that it can, the gold can still be there, but this blue piece on top is going to make it be quiet, if that makes sense. And because we didn't cut that jute yet, I think I can still tie it there. So you see how that one piece is always bigger than the other? That really gives it a better visual effect, in my opinion, than to trying to make both of them even. And you always want to twist them so that both your pretty tails, even if they're not the same length, that both the pretty sides are facing. It's kind of like an awareness bow maybe. And I'm just going to lay that in there and bring this jute back up and tie that blue velvet into this bow. If I can get the string through. Okay. And I'm just gonna double knot here so that nothing comes out. And I'm gonna cut that jute down as low as I can so that you don't really see that that's what I use to bring it all together. So now it's all about fluffing and turning your tail so that all your pretty sides of your ribbon are shown. And then deciding if I want to dovetail or leave them straight or make them diagonal. I'm thinking, I love dovetails, so I almost always go dovetail. You don't have to though, because you can cut them at a diagonal and it's just as pretty. I'm thinking dovetail tonight. And that's just, I'm sure you know, that's just the V. Now with the 7/8 ribbon, I really don't dovetail too much because it's a thin ribbon, so you don't really need to dovetail that. You want the ribbon to show, and by just cutting it on a slant, gives you more of the ribbon to be seen than if you dovetailed it. And just the beauty of wire ribbon is you can manipulate it any way you want. You see, you just take your finger and just make that ribbon lay down how you want it to lay down. And that's why I love, love, love wire ribbon. Now this satin one over here is a little rough on this shorter edge, so I'm gonna make that even shorter by cutting it. But visually, it's gonna look much better because it was kind of rough on the edges. And I'm just, as I'm going, I'm fluffing my loops and lifting up all my tails, bringing life to them. We may go back in and cut them down a little shorter, like this green piece here. I'm thinking it probably should be cut down a little bit shorter. I don't like anything in the middle. I try, y'all, but I just don't like the middle. You was holding your breath. I just don't like stuff in the middle, y'all. I don't know why. So I'm gonna put these up. And I do have some little greenery here. Just little pieces that I've been using and cutting off of picks and what have yous. So I'm definitely gonna put a little piece of greenery, Christmas greenery in there. I feel like any kind of Christmas pieces, they always need some greenery. So I'm gonna put that in there. And then I got these beautiful little red berries. So we might use some of those. I also have the same type of berry, but on a garland. A piece of it actually on these, what I call like tree branches, might actually work better because of the stencil itself with the manger and all that in there. I think that might give it a nice organic kind of look. So let's see. And because these branches are kind of big, I can spread them out. And that might work. Get my loops together first, and then decide where I'm going to lay this. Yeah, I think I want the berries better. I think this is just a tad bit long, so I'm gonna cut a little piece off the top there. Let's get our glue gun. Need another stick. This Magnolia stencil is available now in our shop. It's one of our Christmas releases. Yeah, my glue gun is not, was it on? Maybe it's not hot. Yeah, it was on. So why is no glue coming out of here? Let me see if I can do this. It don't feel like it was hot though. It's definitely plugged in. Well, let's sit that there for a second. I'm looking around to see, make sure there was nothing else I wanted to put in there. Thank you. Like the bow? Yeah, it's a struggle for me when I try to hold it in my finger. That's why I like to use the bow dabber, because the bow dabber acts as your fingers would. I'm always scared that when I'm doing it by hand, it's gonna all fall apart in between my fingers before I can tie it together. But it definitely is going to look nice. I don't know, I might trim those tails a little bit more. We'll see. I'm loving this whole tartan thing, this tartan journey that my children have got me on for this Christmas. While we waiting for the glue gun to heat up, let me just let y'all know, some of you know, some of you may not know, I do want to exchange some Christmas cards this year in the traditional way, and not just email somebody a picture of a Christmas tree saying Merry Christmas. So I've been hand making some cards over the past couple of weeks, and I'm looking for 15 people to exchange cards with. I've got 10 people on my list so far. Let me give you a little peek of what my cards look like. I've been working on more. Here's one. So they are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm sure if you exchange cards with me, you will love it. You can see that they're dimensional. They raise up off of the actual card itself, all those pieces, all that ephemera. Look at that bow on that one. Absolutely gorgeous. They do have a sentiment inside that I printed out on my computer, and you do have my little signature in the back from CNC Designs. So if you think you're interested in the card exchange, drop card in the comment. Like I said, I'm looking for at least 5 more people. Reasonably, I'll probably get no more than 20 of them done between now and Christmas, because I still gotta make ornaments and creations for my tree, y'all. Let's see what this glue gun is doing now. It's still not. Y'all, you think my gun done conked out on me? Oh, wait. I got something coming out here. I think this glue gun is getting tired. I might have to start looking into a new one, because it never takes this long. Any of y'all use Sure Bonder glue guns? How long have yours lasted? A long time? I don't know how old this glue gun is really, so I shouldn't complain. I've definitely had it for some years. I just got it all over my fingernail. I got that in there. I want to see if I can get a couple of these berries on there. This is how I use this kind of stuff, y'all. You see, this right here will go a long way, because I will cut off little berry after little berry, and before you know it, I might have used these berries on about 10 projects on this one, from this one little piece right here, because we got what? We got about 9 more berries on here, so we can get a lot of mileage out of that piece. I do have some pieces where I've kind of grouped them in clusters like that, but not many. So I'm gonna drop them right here just to give it some more color. Let me take this stand around here. I'm making a total mess of my nails. So that's our bow. And let's see if we can get it down. You've been using Sure Bonder for about 6 years? Yeah, I know this one's probably, it's got to be at least that old. So if it is conking out on me, I probably shouldn't complain. Because nothing lasts these days. Nothing that they make in any area of commerce lasts. Y'all got glue strings everywhere. I don't want too much of my text to be covered up. But that's what we have. What do you guys think about that? I'm thinking I need to bring this tail over some. I'm pulling it through the loop. Sometimes if your tail is too long, rather than cutting it all the time, sometimes you can pull it through a loop and it will shorten it that way for you. I'm wondering if I should pull this loop down here more. Take the tail. No, that's not gonna work. That trick won't work on this one. What I'm gonna do is make this loop probably a little shorter by gluing it down here, and then it won't impede the text so much. Let's see. Yeah, that works. So here we go. I really, really like this. So that's our piece for tonight. But before you go, let me show you guys some other things that I've been working on. I went to Michael's the other day and they had these picks that you put in your tree that look like gift boxes. And I wanted some of them. But of course, they didn't have them in a tartan pattern. So I sat there and I looked at it and I'm like, what could I use to make this? So I walked around Michael's, found me some little styrofoam blocks, and I began making my own tree picks. These are gonna be stuck in my tree all over. What do you guys think? Styrofoam boxes, cardboard boxes, Amazon boxes, whatever it is you have in your house. I just covered it again with my tartan printable. Put a bow up there, put a couple of sprigs of greenery in there, and I try to make them different. This one is probably gonna go nearer to the top of the tree, and it has the greenery hanging down. This is just a dowel, a long dowel that I got, and I cut it off. I put the bow on top of this one. And then we have this one, and this one has bells. All boxes, guys, and y'all know I live in an apartment, so it's slit in the bottom. So when Christmas is over, I'm gonna pull these sticks out. These boxes, I don't even know if I'm gonna keep them because they're just boxes wrapped in paper. I might take the bow and the greenery off though, and I don't have to worry about storing. So I've done that. Let me show you 2 more things and then I can let y'all go. Actually 3, I'm lying. I started out the video, I don't know if you guys saw my velvet tree. So this is my blue one. I'm in the process of making my green one, and I'm gonna make a red one that's a little bit shorter. So those colors will work also with the tartan. And this, I wanna show you this because I'm so psyched about this. I surprised myself. These 2 pieces. Okay. Now y'all been seeing me play with these big giant ornaments, right? Y'all seen them in Dollar Tree. This one actually came from Michael's because this is a little bit bigger than the Dollar Tree one. I think it was like, it says $3.99 on here, but I didn't pay that. I think it was 40% off. So I got that. Actually, I've got 2 of them. And if you see the base here, that's the ornament. And what I'm gonna do, this is my front. I'm gonna put a taper candle right in here. So let's imagine this is my candle, because I don't have any candles right now, the taper ones. What do you guys think about that? I am so excited to be able to use this. And I'm even thinking about making some smaller ones that I'll put at my dinner table in my place settings. And then I just got a little one of those wood rounds that we all, if you're a crafter, everybody has them. And that's my base for my ornament. Now I'm gonna show y'all one more thing, and then y'all can go and we can see each other probably tomorrow, because I got a lot of stuff I gotta do. And let me show you one more thing. Don't go nowhere. This one is big, so. And Linda, you're gonna recognize this. This is gonna be my door hanger. What do you guys think? I love it. I used to do reefs, and I feel like this is just as big as one of my reefs, but it did not take as much of the effort because I didn't have to use so much mesh. But I just love, love, love this. I love the stencil that I use. It is amazing. And if you guys want this stencil, Miss Linda Bullard, who's online right now, you can go to her shop and get this stencil. That stencil is not a Magnolia stencil. It's a stencil from the other company. And Linda is a rep there. So if you like it, go back and get one of those. And again, here is what we've done tonight. So tomorrow, I think I will be on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be doing some ornaments. I'll put up a sign and let you guys know what time. If you want to stop by and join me. Make sure if you want to be in a card exchange, put card in the comments so that we can exchange Christmas cards. And have a blessed night, everybody. I thank you all for joining me. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.